everybody, it's Pigpen, the one and only. Wow, that one caught us all by surprise. Player Summit 2018. All right, I got a couple of guests with me. First of all is my buddy Nick. Nick, you there? How you doing?
Pretty good. How's everyone doing?
Doing good. How about you? Second guest I have here is my man Sticky Ricky. Ricky, what's going on?
Hey, how is everybody doing?
Oh my gosh! So were you guys as shocked as I was?
Yeah.
That was awesome, man. I was loving it. You know, Carbonated put on their racing rivals. I think they might have put it on the Facebook page, but I know they put it on their Instagram page. They put a little logo, Player Summit 2018, and I was like, oh, and I wondered because they said last week there's going to be a surprise. Yeah. So they were. I'm not sure what that was, but so I knew there was a surprise out there, but man, and then that was really awesome. It was really awesome. I'm so glad to see some of the faces that are on there, some new people. Sesko. Some new faces, some people I've known in the past, and actually there's one, and I apologize right off the bat. I was listening to the Twitch feed. I'm trying to make a thumbnail for mine, and I got screenshots of everybody except for J Speed, the one guy who I have never actually really spoken to or met. I had him up there, and I lost the screenshot. I feel so bad, so I had to put a little J Speed logo up for the thumbnail. But I'll get a screenshot of them tomorrow when Carbonated puts the got some background noise there. When Carbonated puts the YouTube video up, and I'll fix my that's right. I'll fix my thumbnail. So we got a couple guys here. We got Frank the Tank, Dirty Hammer, and Sesko. I know Video Games Underground is he's around. Video Games Underground is around. So let me see. So they were pretty much talking. I think they must have asked each one of them, what it is that they liked about 7.0 and what they wanted to talk about. So when each person went on live, they had a different area of the update to focus in. Hey, what's up, Brian?
Yo, what's up, man?
How you doing? How the heck are you? You enjoying that sunshine?
Hell yeah, man. Me and old 7 foot over here just kicking it on top of the building right now.
Which one's old 7 foot? Because there were a couple of freaking.
Oh my God, the Dirty Hammer, bro.
All right, Dirty Hammer. I see he's here, and I saw him in live chat here. So tell me, man, how is it there?
Dude, it's not only has it been real cool, hanging out with the guys from Carbonate,
yep.
But these guys that are here are some of the coolest guys that you'll come across, man. We still, hold on, Frank wants to say hi real quick. What's up, motherfuckers?
There he is. I asked Frank. I told Frank right after the live stream, I was chatting him on Facebook. I was like, dude, how the hell did you hold back all those cuss words? Because Frank the Tank is just letting them rip.
That was legit rule number 1. Kobe said, nobody's allowed to cuss.
Because Frank the Tank and Brian, of course, man, just firing left and right. Boom, boom, boom. F this, F that, F you.
Exactly. We were hanging out drinking last night, and trust me, it was like a bunch of sailors kicking it.
Guys making making sailors blush with your language, huh?
Exactly. Man.
Oh
exactly.
My gosh.
Pretty good time at a bar last night.
Yeah. So I know the deal. There's a lot you can't talk about, obviously. So I'm not going to really try to ask specifics, but in general, man, how are you liking what you're seeing?
It's crazy because it's like, and well, first off, what's crazy is the fact that we finally got to see how long they've been working on this for.
Yeah.
And to see where it started from and where it is now, it's mind-blowing, bro. It's really mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is the fact that they have looked and listened to everything that we've complained and bitched about over the years,
Yeah.
or over the time that they've had control, and they've gone and they've made a system to where, you know, you're not going to have that cry of, oh, they're ruining the value of this, you're ruining the value of that. Like, it's legit, man. Like, it really is. Like, I can't wait for the beta to come out. That way, you know, the world, but, you know, the beta testers can check it out, and then eventually, you know, the full build, when that comes out, you know, it's going to be crazy, man.
Yeah. Dude, look at this. Dirty Hammer, Frankenstein. This is Players Summit Super Chat. You freaking guys are awesome. Hey,
Hey, we're legit right now, chilling on the roof with a carbonated building, kind of enjoying the scenery, kicking it with each other. It's dope, man. It really is. Like, all right, post a picture in the chat, bro.
Oh, he put a picture in chat. Craig, my man, Craig Wood, $4.99. So real quick, we'll talk about more specifics about the Players Council, but we got to bust Craig's chops. Craig got timed out. He's still salty about it. Sorry, Craig, I got to bring it up, but Craig is still salty. He is salty for getting timed out in the carbonated Twitch feed, man. I saw that. He sent me a message. I just died laughing, man, because now Craig, not only has Craig been timed out from the carbonated Twitch feed, but he's been timed out on my Twitch feed once, and I timed him out on Asho's Twitch feed the other day. So Craig has got to be, I think he's hitting up the trifecta here, all the different live streams getting getting banned from them, getting timed out or whatever.
But you know what, Craig, and you know, that's why I sent a shout out to you and your team and to the rest of the community, because one of the main things that all of us can agree on, everybody that's here, is that we all love the way that the community is. And you know what, yeah, we have moments where we all fight and bicker and you know, argue with each other and stuff, but at the end of the day, the reason that a lot of us stay here, it's not for the rims, it's not for the cars, it's not the paint, it's not, you know, it's the community. And that was one of the main things that every single person that's here could harp on and can all agree on. Yeah, no, that is totally the truth, because I could play any game in the world, and you know, they have every game has. Keeps touching me. Who's touching who? I can play any game out there, and every game has wheels. Yeah. I was gonna ask him in the live chat for the Twitch feed what the name the Dirty Hammer means, but I knew he wasn't gonna be able to answer it, so I was like, yeah. Hold on. I'll let you talk to him. Give me a second. Sure. Hey, Ricky, are you fighting with the raccoons again? No, I'm as quiet as can be. It's probably them on the roof. Hey, what's up, Surreal? I'm fighting with the raccoons. Or your neighbor with the garbage can. Yeah, but it's like half an hour still, bro. What I was saying was every game out there has wheels and paints and this and that, but you know, so we could play any game in the world out there if wheels and paints were what we wanted. You know, I could, you know, whatever. That's not why we play. We play because of the community, all the people, and just the game in general. You know, the pinks, the excitement. And I'm telling you, it really sounds, from what I'm hearing, it really sounds like Turf is shaping up to be very interesting. It seems like there's more than one way to play. As before, you just went and you played, you raced, made your points, made your min, claim, rinse, repeat over and over and over. But now it seems like there's going to be all sorts of new elements going in. So who's with us right now? Who's here? See how what the fuck community turns around when they see guys like us here? Yeah, now everybody's like, oh my god, look at this guy! Oh my god, it's that guy! Thank you, Dave. Look at that. It's $2 super chat from my man Dave, Tex X, because this might get me 4 more subs, 1,100. Guys, go right after this. Go support my man Dave out on his YouTube channel. Subscribe. He's got some really cool stuff. Everything from racing rivals to just games in general to cars to you-know-what, everything. Check his channel out. So who's with me, Brian or
Who's
CJ?
CJ. Oh my goodness. So CJ, I was going to ask you on the live feed. I knew it was just going to be for a joke, but I decided not to. Craig, $2.99 super chat. You lighten that up. But I was going to ask you, what does the dirty hammer mean? But I held back. I was like, hey, there's no way he's going to answer it, and he might not even see it. So I held back. But
I'm not going to answer that on the live stream.
So let me ask.
I showed the guys here what that means, and yeah, that's not going to happen.
No. So let me ask you the question I asked Brian. How are you enjoying it out in California, man?
It's good, man. We got all 5 of the council members up here on the roof, just chilling, shooting shit.
Nice, yeah. All right. Don't you that the staircase going up there is just so narrow and choo-choo all the way up. It's but once you get up on top, it's all open. It's nice up there, man. So what is your?
It's not the best ever.
No.
No, for a big guy like me, it's kind of hard. How did your brother react when you went there and you didn't bring him along? There's something he can do.
Yeah.
I can do.
Hey, we got James in the house tonight. Oh, I gotta apologize, everybody. My last live stream was surreal, man. My internet connection just died right towards the end. I have a custom intro by Sean. I'll do that at the outro, custom outro. I'm gonna do it again today, but it just died on me. So I'm gonna see who out there wants to live chat and talk with me today. But right now we got CJ, aka the Dirty Hammer. So Dirty, what's the most what feature, I guess, has gotten you the most excited so far about 7.0?
The feature, well, of course, you know me, I'm all about turf.
Yes.
So of course that. But when I first heard about the tuner challenge, I was like, no, that's not for me. But now that I've heard more about it, learned more about it and everything, I mean, it's going to do some good. I'm kind of excited about that.
Yes, absolutely. I just hearing like it's not going to be just like I was going on. It's not just going to be jump in the turf lobby, race for points, get your min, claim, rinse, repeat over and over and over. There's going to be new tactics. There's different cities. There's different, perks for different, and it's going to, each team's going to be different. So it's just adding a whole different aspect to turf that we've never seen before.
Yeah, I mean, it's, from what I've seen, what I've heard, turf war is going to be completely different. And in my opinion, it needs it, and it's going to be better.
No doubt. I think there's very few people out there that won't admit that turf needed a complete makeover. There's people out there that like it as it is, but they will agree that in order for the game to survive and to just stay interesting, it needed a makeover, and that's exactly what it sounds like we're getting. And I can't wait to check it out. So, so.
All right, well, there were my ears. Hold the smoke in, Ricky.
Oh, yeah. So,
no.
But no, it's really awesome, man. Congratulations for making it onto the Players Summit. I've actually, for the longest time, I was like, yeah, you know what? I can't wait. They need some new people on the Players Summit, some fresh voices and new eyes and faces as well. And I think that's awesome, man. Congratulations that you made it. It's exciting.
I appreciate it. And it's been a fun experience out here.
So how much longer are you out there for?
I leave Friday morning. Most of the guys out here will be leaving Friday morning. I think we have one that's leaving Thursday night, but everybody else leaves pretty early Friday.
Okay, so you must have made it in, let's see, you've been there all day today, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
We got in yesterday, probably about midday-ish out here.
Yep, so you've been there. You'll have 2 full solid days there, plus a little on your first day and maybe a little in the morning on Friday. That's really cool.
No, Friday we won't be here.
Oh, no?
Like I said, our flights leave pretty early in the morning.
Oh, well, you just got to stay up partying all night long, right?
mean, that's what you do. That's how you live life, right?
That's it. There's no time for sleeping. No time for snoozing, man.
I'll be like Joe and just drink every beer I see in front of me.
Oh shoot! I forgot my beer.
You forgot your beer?
I did. I got beer upstairs, but that's okay. That's okay. I got some cool people to hang out with here, and I'm not gonna leave to go get a beer. So I'm good. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's cool. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, Brian, I don't know. Dr. Daddy, $1.90. Dr. Daddy's jealous. He's totes McGoat's jelly. Totes jelly, as my little niece would say. I don't know. Do kids still say that? Because I don't know.
Never heard of it.
I don't know. They say totes. I'm totes jelly. So.
Overall, I think they did this year.
Yeah.
All right. But y'all, I'm gonna hand the phone back off to Brian.
Sounds good. Hey, good to talk with you, man, and enjoy.
We're actually gonna go. We actually gotta head out. So.
All right.
Appreciate you having us on, man. Y'all take care.
Yeah.
Later, brother.
All right.
Later, guys.
See ya. All right. Well, that was awesome to get a quick chat with some of the Players Summit guys as they just had a little downtime after their Twitch feed. Man, they talked about a lot. I liked it. They were, surreal. Craig, you gotta get on here. We'll talk about surreal. I know Craig's a little salty. He got timed out. I'm gonna keep bringing that up. I'm gonna keep him. He's sensitive. He'll get over it. I didn't ask him though. I wanted to ask him what he said to get timed out. Because he said some stuff on there.
About this summit is I like how they interviewed each one of the guys.
I like that. When we were there, we were all in a big group, which was kind of cool. And I'll be honest, I do live streaming all the time, and I still get a little bit anxious and nervous right at the beginning of a live stream, just when I got to do all the different things, because I'm trying to do an intro. I have to do like the thumbnail, the intro, and then what I have to say, and I have to get everything and make sure everything. So I get a little nervous, but I do this pretty frequently, so I don't get, once it's going, I'm fine. But I can imagine how some of these guys, this may have been their first time on. I like Jeff. I don't think Jeff even really has any photos of himself on Facebook. So to go from 0 to 60, from nothing on Facebook to live on Carbonated's Twitch feed must have been pretty intimidating and exciting and nervous and all of these things. And they did a really good job. I liked how they were all on separate so they could, one person didn't overshadow the others because naturally that's what happens when there's a large group. There's always going to be somebody who's a little louder and talks more than everybody else. But to have them on individually was really cool. And once I saw, when was my tip-off? So who was on first? Frank the Tank was on first. And I'll say, I don't know, maybe I have seen a picture. Oh, I must have seen one picture of him before. And I didn't recognize him.
Come on, either. He's always got that welding mask over his face.
Yes. So I didn't really.
Yeah, but we private chat with each other. We all know what each other looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what Frank looks like.
Well, the thing was, it caught me off guard because I looked at it, I was like, oh, here's a new face. Like, I'm thinking, oh, this must be like one of their programmers or, a development crew or art guy. And then all of a sudden I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. And then it came up and it says Frank the Tank. And I'm like, that son of a bitch. He didn't tell anybody.
I was talking to him all day. He didn't even lay a hint on it that he was over there.
Nope.
I'm glad for him and his team, Stage 3 and Jeff and the Forgotten.
Yeah.
Old school racers and still turfing to this day. You needed guys like that there.
Oh, well, that's absolutely what it is because, we got to kind of preserve some of the old school players for one, and they have to broaden their horizons and get new players, But it's good to see that they're bringing old players in to let people know we all know that the game's going to be better. I think 99% of us know that it's going to be better. Some of us have a harder time accepting it, but to have old timers such as, Frank the Tank, Surreal, Dirty Hammer, Sesko, and I'll be honest, I have never talked to Jay Speed before, so I don't know how long he's actually been playing, but I know Daniel said he knew him from way back, so I'm gonna put him in the old school category as well. And all these guys going out there to check it out and to see, getting little tidbits of the 7.0, and to have each of them come on and say they're all equally excited is got to be a relief in some sense, because, like I said, most of us know that the game's going to be much better and is going to be better off in the futures, looking up. But to actually hear it from players, from old school players, is just
guys that surf all the time.
Yes,
that's big.
Yes, and Frank the Tank, Surreal, Dirty Hammer, of course. These are guys who aren't going to sugarcoat it. They're going to tell you, and I'm sure during their stay out there, they're going to tell them, yeah, this is good. This is good. Well, Dirty Hammer did too. He was talking about tuning and how he doesn't like it because of this and that. So they're not going to sugarcoat it. They're going to tell you what they think. While being respectful.
You got to think if the way Frank shares the same opinions I do when it comes to team stuff.
Yeah.
So if he's excited, there's going to be some good stuff coming up in the future also.
Sure is. You can bet the farm on that. I mean, like you said, Frank.
Otherwise, you'd have MF them all day long.
And that's what he did. But so you and Frank, we're going to say it. I think you guys have probably the oldest two active Racing Rivals teams in the game right now. Is that safe to assume, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So
pretty much. Me and Frank have never switched teams, gone anywhere else. He's always been the leader of Stage 3. I've always been the leader of Sam Crow.
Right. So
he's been around a long time.
So right there, that tells you here's an old school team leader who plays the game religiously. He's pretty much jumping out of his skin because he was so excited, and that's good to see, So they can't talk about everything, and they're just giving their opinions on stuff, and they're bouncing ideas back and forth. But that he just looked, and Jeff, they looked excited. They really did. Like Jeff was like a little kid on Christmas morning. You could see it. So. But what's going on? What am I missing in the chat here? Any great pick? Oh, there's Frank and Surreal. Yeah, there we go. Nice picture. All right, so Ricky, man, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, buddy.
Now I know you've been busy. You were busy. You were telling me you were busy all day, and you just now got a chance really to stop and relax. But
my pooch was a little sick. He's limping from his back leg. He's okay. There's nothing actually wrong with him, but just we're suckers for animals, right?
Absolutely. I got a cat, and as much as I call him a little a-hole, I'd be sad if anything happened to him.
Because they have their own personality, but they're awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, man, they talked about the whole play to.
I got a piece of it while I was there, but I was in and out of it.
Yeah, they got the whole play to earn thing where I don't know who it was. I think it was it. No, I think it was Surreal that was talking about the different. I don't know what the proper terminology is yet. I'm still trying to figure out, is it collections or collectibles? How he said there were like 10 daily events or 10 daily challenges, and you would play those, you would get rewards, and they would open up others, and you'd play those, and it would just go on and on. It would open up new lobby ratings and challenges, and he's just like, my concern. I asked, and they asked him on the air. But I was like, well, how long did you have to play before you started earning, rewards, cars and whatnot? And his response was like almost immediately, so it's not, there's going to be cars, you're going to earn a lot of cars right off the get-go, right off the starting line. And they're probably going to be, I'm guessing, obviously, from the way it sounds, they're going to be average cars. They're going to help you get your foot and build your garage, get your foot in the door, get things going, and you're going to be able to earn more and more, tons of stuff from what they're saying. But then, as things progress, it looks to me, it sounds at least, that there's going to be some really, really awesome rewards that are going to take quite a bit of time to earn, which I like that. I am a huge fan of, like I said, stats and stuff like that, which this is a little different, but I like the long-term goals. Like there was games that had.
You can appreciate the stuff you win a little further, right?
Absolutely. Like there was a game I played, and it was more like we'll say like achievements, which I know we're talking a little bit different here, but I loved it because I could log on each day and go through them and go, okay, I want that item right there. But in order to get that particular item that I want, I have to do this, this, this. To get those, I have to do these. And it sounds like all these things overlap. And once you do one and it opens up others, you can turn in these collectibles or these, you can turn them in and earn others. I don't even know. There's just so much stuff, man, which I'm loving it because as it is right now, you log on, and let's be honest here. We're all honest. We're gamers. We're not going to hide our feelings and blow smoke up anybody's ass. But I log on now, and it's a little on the stale side. Let's be honest, it is. You log on, and I sit there in my garage, and I kind of go, I know I have tons of cars I have to tune. I have to get this ready and that ready, but it's not exciting. I just don't want to do that. And then turf.
This week for me is super exciting. Did you see the car, Joe?
The caddy, yes. You are a big caddy fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm looking for a triple on this.
Are you, what rank, what are you going for? Are you going for the wraps?
Yeah, we don't want 5th place unless we fall into 3rd for lightweight rims. Other than that, we're going to try to place within 6th and 25th. But the last time we did that, all of us stopped racing on Sunday, and we still fucking came in like 3rd place.
Just nobody catch up to you for whatever reason?
No, it's not that. It's just I think some of the guys wanted that wrap, right? And we ended up placing in 5th at the end, which meant our wheels were locked and they weren't lightweight.
I see. I gotcha. All right, so.
Nonetheless, I want this car. It looks badass.
It does. I mean, is it the exact? I didn't really get to look at it, but is it the exact one that was released? I'm sure it's got to be the same one that was released a while back.
It's the same exact car. It's the RE. It's not the CTSV.
Right. It's the one with the blower on the hood, right?
Or military car. It's got a different wrap on it.
Yeah, and this one has the blower on the hood, if I remember.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, yeah. This
week,
week,
I have to agree with you. Changes are definitely needed, brother. They have to be done. I've already voiced my opinion that would I like for it to stay a part of me would, obviously, but I just can't take the 68th challenging the 66th and the R2 car seeing in 50 and 56 lobbies. And now, regardless if you're rated stuff, we're all going to be matched up.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing from all these events, you're capable of being busy and earning stuff for free.
All right, so let me ask you this. I gotta ask your opinion. There's something I have mixed feelings on, like serious mixed feelings. There's good things, there's bad things. I don't know exactly how I feel. What are your thoughts on the whole matchmaking, the queue system, where you click race and it auto matches you up?
That's great. I was just touching on. That's great because it's always going to be an awesome race. And if you do decide to pink the guy you're pinking, you know it's not going to be some kind of a disadvantage on your side, or you're praying that, like, right now you could go up against a LaFerrari and pray for it to spin, right?
Yep.
You can be in a junker. And I've seen it happen so many times. I'm for it. I just don't like that it's starting to look like CSR in some way. Like, it's just going to match me up with people now. Like, but at the same time, it'll be fair, even dead races, and what you guys race for is going to mean something.
See,
it's going to be valuable again.
I have the same mixed feelings as you. Like, on one hand, it's great because it cuts down the cheating, the self-crushing. You can't race yourself anymore. I mean, and if you do, it's going to be far and few between, or few and far between, rather. There we go. So it's going to cut down on the cheating, which is great. It's going to match you up with people who are even, so you're not getting bullied. On the other hand, here are the downsides that I see. I really love going into a lobby, and if there's a car that I want, I will seek that car out. You know, if you have that car, I'll race you and try to get you to race for pinks. Maybe I'll raise money, try to, you know, just see if I can get that car. I like the challenge of going out and saying, I want that car. I want that car, that particular car. Nope, he didn't raise pinks. I'll find someone else who has that car. Oh, all right. Nick has that car. I'm going to try to race Nick. Can I win that car from Nick? So that is out of the picture anymore. So it's just a random. You know, you could go up against the Cadillac CTSV, the car you want, or maybe you just never get matched up against somebody who has that car. So that's the downside. The other downside is this, is I love the fact that the game is called Rivals. I see Nick out in that lobby. Nick knows he sees me in that lobby. Guess what's bound to happen? Guess what's bound to happen a handful of times before turf is over? Me and Nick are going to seek each other out, and we're going to race because we're rivals, you know. So that aspect of the game is going to be kind of nerfed completely, actually. It's going to be cut out completely. It's just like it's auto matching. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Craig, Omar, we got Orion, Mr. Banana. What do you guys think of this matchmaking system?
Is it just in turf that they're doing that?
I think.
I thought in the regular lobbies you could just challenge anybody.
Yes, regular lobbies. I think regular lobbies you can.
It does, but I don't give a shit who I race. I'll race everybody. It don't matter. I'm just for sure. I agree with you, but like Joe was saying, like if I want that car, like how am I supposed to go hunting for it now?
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to get. I know what you're trying to say. It'd be done in multiplayer. And I don't think multiplayer is going to exist anymore the way we know it.
Well, multiplayer is going to be right. There's going to be all these. There's going to be turf. There's going to be tuners challenges. All these events going on. So to have multiplayer lobbies, yeah, you might find that. I don't know. I just don't think multiplayer lobby is going to be very busy.
I don't think it's going to. I don't race in a multiplayer lobbies anymore. All I do is turf anyway.
Exactly. So right now, if there's a car you want, man, or there's a player, you see Frank the Tank, and you're like, yeah, Frank, I'm gunning for you. And you know, you see that person, now you can challenge him. Now you can, but down the road, 7.0 comes out. That's not. Unless something changes or I'm not understanding, that's not going to be the case anymore. So we got some people in the lobby here who agree. Diggy Smalls actually says, he says, I dig it, Joe. Imagine that. Diggy Smalls says, I dig it, Joe. He must really like the matchmaking system. And then Tree.
It does cut down on all the cherry pickers.
Yes, and then there's
you can't get easy points. You got to earn your shit.
And then Tree out there says that he thinks it sucks. So there's a little bit of positive, a little bit of negative. Depends on your point of view. Some people may just go, you know what? I don't care. I'm just in turf to race, and I'll race whoever races me. I'll raise money. I'll raise pinks, whatever I can. That's the way they go at it. I'm a little bit more methodical. I go out and I think, you know, hey.
Yeah, I'm not a big money better guy. I'm either I'm free racer or I'm pinking. That's all I do.
Yeah.
I don't bet for money.
Yeah. No. So I mean,
I don't really go out hunting like that either, Nick. But if they do throw money at me, I throw a bit back and it keeps going. Yeah, I do get into a bit of a bidding war sometimes, and I've come to terms that I'm mad enough that when I lose, I walk away and none of this. You piece of shit and blah blah blah. Even if you fucking like me, sorry, okay, watch my mouth. But even if you like me, I don't even really care anymore because I look at it like this: if someone throws money, my next thing is going right to things.
Yeah. Well,
I'll bet the money, but I'm betting the car too.
Yeah. So Sean Fox says, in all honesty, this is his opinion. He says, in all honesty, multiplayer lobbies will be fuller as long as the lobbies are open. People will join them. Uh, I don't know. I mean, my opinion is I don't know. I think there's going to be so much going on. Sounds like they're going to have.
There's no more multiplayer.
It sounds like there's going to be events going on nonstop, whether it's turf, tuner challenge.
So I was talking to Tech on my team about this. I'm like, with all these events going on, guys are going to be trying to get all these newer cars for 7.0. How much time are we really going to have for the legacy garage?
That's my point. I think over time, the legacy thing, nobody's going to give a crap. Everybody's making a big deal about it because that's all we know. That's all we know right now is this garage, these cars. But I'm telling you, it's going to be like any other game that comes out. Once the new update comes out, there's always bigger and better, faster, more exciting cars and events and lineups. You're not even going to.
My cars are sentimental, man.
No, they're sentimental. You're gonna love them, but you're gonna love some of the newer stuff coming out even more. Like I tell you, I've played many games over the years, and when a new update comes out, everybody at first has a hard time. They're like, "Oh, this is that. I spent so much time getting this," but then as the new content comes out, you just get hooked and sucked right into the new stuff. And to be honest, you don't even look back anymore at the old. You're like, the legacy garage, you might go back as a nostalgic, yeah, remember that. Oh, let's get back to turf.
What collectibles you could get.
Yeah. What's that? Hey.
It might depend on what collectibles you get out of that legacy event.
True. Good evening, brass and bolts. It's my brother here. He must be a slow evening and he's bored. No, I'm just kidding. for him to hang out with me here. No, I'm just messing. So, I don't know. I honestly, I think right now people are making a big deal about it. Oh, this garage, the legacy garage, we're going to lose this, we're going to lose that. I think as time goes on, people aren't even going to look back anymore, but once in a blue moon. There's going to be so much going on, so many new cars they're going to want, so many things to work towards that it's just going to keep them busy and excited. Honestly, that's my 100% honest opinion here.
Now, someone did say that they probably won't start turf for 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be a little while.
By the time turf starts, everyone will be loaded and ready for turf.
Yes.
So I don't see Pinkett being the dump, looking that too many people are going to be free racing right off the bat.
Right. I wonder, what's cool is there's got to be, wonder who's going to be the first person to raise pinks in 7.0 with a new car. Somebody out there is going to get that and be the first one out there to pinks. We should have a contest. First person to show a pinks win. Yeah, win something. I don't know. We'll have nothing to give away, but we'll figure it out.
Your legacy's all locked up, brother.
I know. You can win a car. You can win a car, except for the fact it can't leave my garage.
I'm sure by that time comes, everyone will have quite a bit of cars in their garage.
Yeah.
They're talking about you can win up to 10. Did they say up to 10 cars a day?
I don't think they gave a number. They just said a massive amount of items, and I would have to assume cars are in there. Paints.
Oh, no, maybe Jeff said 10 prizes a day.
Yeah, because he said there were 10 daily challenges.
Which you could win, which I thought in the past episodes, they said you do a daily challenge, you could win a car and some crates. So if that's the case, you can win up to 10 cars a day.
Yep, and there's going to be a lot of RRC ways to collect that. So I don't think people are going to be completely broke for a while, but it's going to take a while. I really think it's going to take a while for people to get their wheels spinning. You're going to start winning these cars, and they're going to be whatever they're going to be. I don't know if they're going to get them and they're going to be stock, and you have to slowly upgrade them. You have to get money. How do you get the money? Nobody has money. You're going to have to earn it. They did say there's a lot of ways to earn money, but I do think it's going to be slow going for a while, and that's why they say turf probably won't start for a few weeks or whatever the case is. That'll give us.
There's a possibility you could have about 200 to 300 cars in your garage by the time turf starts.
It's a possibility, but it's play to earn. So as much as you put in, you're going to get out of it, I think.
Yeah, Ricky will get over it once he sees a Cadillac 7.0.
Hey, let's get James on here. James is in the live chat.
I was kind of surprised James wasn't picked for something.
I don't know. Let's ask him.
Yeah, get him on.
I'll get him on here. Well, I gotta say, you and Ricky, you two are, well, him and Ricky, you and James are tied for my two favorite Canadian friends.
I'm your most favorite, right, Joe?
Well, wait, James is on. He's my most favorite Canadian friend, right, James?
Hey, what's going on, James? Hey, how are you, buddy?
So James, man.
I'm getting by. How's that for an honest answer?
You're getting what?
Getting by.
You're getting by.
Yeah, it's not been a great week. Let's say that.
Oh, no, that's not good, man. Can we ask why, or should we wait? We'll wait. We'll wait. But we will say, man, we hope your week gets better.
I had an incident at work, I can say that much, but I won't get into the other details.
I typically...
Well, if Craig was on, he'd really want to know what your definition by would be.
So I saw you watched the Twitch feed, huh, James?
Yeah, the last 30 minutes of it or so.
Yeah.
I had a lot going on.
Yeah.
I just ran out to my truck to grab my headphones so I can hear you guys better.
Oh, okay. So.
I can hear you now. You can keep talking.
Yeah. So.
I'm surprised that you weren't in the summit, James. Well, I mean, honestly, above all else, it's no different than last year. I wasn't approached this year, but I'm not. I mean, I'm no different than Lex. Him and I are both really busy at this time of the year.
Yeah.
So for us to go down is very difficult, especially with our careers. But at the end of the day, it's about having new faces down there. I've been down there twice already when it was Long Beach Club.
Yep.
I'd love to go meet the guys that carbonated.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'd be cool to hang out with Daniel again too. He's a good guy, good friend. But at the end of the day, it's not new faces getting down there to see it, right?
Yeah, no.
Brian got to go again.
Yep, I was really happy to see some new faces there. There were some familiar faces, like Frank the Tank and Surreal. Obviously, I'd met Brian before. He came back this year. And a new face, Jay Speed. I never met Jay Speed before. And then the Dirty Hammer. I've talked to him a handful of times, chatted with him, familiar with him as well. So it's good to see some familiar faces, but new faces to the summit to get new ideas. It's always great to have.
Overall, they were good choices.
Yeah, I think so, man. And I think a lot of them, if not all of them, I don't know Jay Speed all that well. I'd like to talk to him and just kind of get to know him a little better because I've never talked to him. But I know the others really don't have a problem voicing their opinion. And if they like something, they'll say, yep, that's why I like it, this. And that right there, no, I don't like it. This, and this. These are the reasons why. Real quick, Ezekiel Ortiz asks, what is a super chat? I don't know if there's anybody out there. Shameless plug here. If anybody out there likes Pigpen the one and only and wants to show Ezekiel what a super chat is, now's your cue. Just kidding. Yo, tunes for you racing rivals. All right. What's up, my man? Tree here. So, James, I don't know. It's been, once again, it's been a rough week. Not too bad. But, I had some problems with my Jeep again. Had to change the alternator. Busy as hell at work. It is what it is. You take it day by day. I can't complain too much, though.
Yeah, that's spring into the busy year for work. That's about it.
Yeah. So, but yeah. what are your thoughts on 7.0 in general, James? You excited for it?
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm sorry, I tried to hold back.
Wow.
Listen. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's something the game needs to happen. I'll just say this, okay? Ricky knows why I'm very hesitant to answer this question right now. James, but we'll just say that yes, it has to happen.
Okay.
Am I excited for it? Yeah. That's the best I can give.
Okay. All right.
That was a classic answer. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I'm not excited. I'm currently unhappy at a certain situation.
Okay.
More of a reality check, but yeah, it has to happen. Yeah, okay, it's gonna be cool. It'll be fun. Again, something we'll talk about after, Joe.
Okay. No, I know you have a very large garage. You spent a lot of money on it, so it's and it's okay. Like, you've spent a lot of money. You have a right to not, if that's even the case. I don't want to jump to conclusions here, but that's always that's always something on the back of your mind as a player. I spent a lot of money on it. I've invested a lot of time, and it's like now I'm starting over. So
Yeah, it is rough putting 5 years into something.
Yeah.
Almost 5 years into something, and then basically having to start all over again.
Sure. So we got a couple of super chats here. So my brother, $1.99 super chat. That's a super chat. Joe, I want this $1.99 back. You'll have to pry it out of my cold, dead hands. No, it's kidding. You'll never get it back. And then Tree, here, send it back to Big Bro, Joe. Thank you, Tree, my man. And Sean Fox, yeah, I got to work tomorrow. Of course I got to work tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. 2 more days to the weekend. It's going to be tough. So tunes for Racing Rivals. So 7.0, I'm pretty much he's gonna lose all his cars and money that he's worked for. Yeah, we've gone over this before. It's necessary, man. It really is. If the game continued on the path that it was going on, it was on a path to self-destruct, and you would have lost anything anyway. So. Is it easier? Is that pill easier to swallow? No, not really, but at least you can see the light at the end of the tunnel and know that, hey, from everything we've seen and everything that it's indicated, the game's going to be even better than it is now, more exciting, much more to do. And, I think you're going to, as time goes on, what do they say? Time heals all wounds. So there you go. All right, James. Oh boy. So.
It's good, bro. Who's on? I didn't even see. Well, since I didn't see, I didn't want to hear Nick, Joe, Ricky, myself. Okay.
Yeah, there's 4 of us. We had Brian on earlier. He's out in California. We talked to him. He passed it to who was next? He passed it to I think Frank the Tank for a bit. Yeah, so Josh Mayer wants to know what I missed. Josh, you missed a whole lot of nothing. We're just here hanging out now. You missed a lot of talk about 7.0. Player Summit is going down right now. As we speak, it's happening. And the guys, some new faces, some familiar faces out in California right now, talking about 7.0, talking about this, that, bouncing ideas off of each other. So they're out there. Really good choice of players. First person that came on was Frank the Tank. We've had Frank the Tank on the live stream a handful of times. Really good guy. I don't know exactly how he held back all the cuss words, but somehow he managed. And then next was Surreal. Jeff Fiesel, good friend of ours, admin in the group. He was out there and none of these guys spilled the beans. I'm
No, that's what got me. They didn't even hint.
nothing. There was one hint, and it wasn't something somebody said, but there was a photo that was put up, somebody on Facebook, and it wasn't in any of the racing rivals groups or anything, so it wasn't like that. But I did see a photo from an airplane, and I was like, oh, maybe, just maybe. But then,
Wait, what did I miss?
somebody put a photo of them of an airplane on one of the social media sites, and as soon as I saw that person and an airplane, it was just a thought, a really quick thought in my head said, I wonder where they're going. I wonder if they're going to California. And then that was it. I got sidetracked with whatever I was working on. No, Josh.
I'm not gonna say that I didn't know.
What's that?
I'm not gonna sit here and say that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Funny story.
Uh-huh.
I got a text message from Brian.
Oh.
He was on his way. I guess he was on the layover.
Uh-huh.
He messaged me. He says, "Yo, dude, I'm wicked." I says, "What? What's up?" He's like, "You get a second thought?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, I almost threw up like 4 times on the plane." I'm like, "What? Why?" He's like, "Turbulence, dog. I don't want to get on the next one."
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Tell him to have another couple of drinks to mellow him out. Hey, Dan, thanks for hanging out. I will see you again soon. He's out. He's got to work at 4 in the morning, but thanks for hanging out. Take care, and, join me on the next live stream. So there you go. Yeah, no, so somebody put a photo up of an airplane, and it was just a thought like that. I wonder if they're going to California, because there was no caption, no comments, and it was just one of those things. It was super suspicious for a brief 3 seconds. I was like, okay, next. But I thought about that.
I'm not gonna lie, Joe.
Yep.
When I turned my Facebook on my phone first thing this morning, when you turn Facebook on, you get that, "Oh, would you like to share this memory from X amount of time ago?"
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I turned my Facebook on this morning on my phone while I was on my way to work, and the first thing that popped up was the picture of everybody from Players Council 1.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was
from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
On this exact day, 3 years ago.
Oh, really? That's a bit odd. What are the chances of that? That's, yeah.
Pretty,
coincidence.
Considering they just mentioned that it started.
Yeah, and the last year's was right around this time. It might have been in April though.
I think you guys were just after April 1st, April 4th, something like that.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the date somewhere, but I believe it was in April. But yeah, so but yeah, I
don't know. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't approached about it this year. I caught wind of it before it was probably supposed to know.
Right.
I just, you know me, you sign the NDAs and things stay quiet for a reason.
Well, that's it.
So I didn't say anything about it, and I had a chat with a couple of the guys there regarding it, and it was just, it's one of those things. It's better for new faces to get involved.
Absolutely. Like somebody asked me here, I don't know, somebody up in the chat here in the live stream asked me, they didn't want you back, and we got sidetracked, but I was just gonna say, you know what, I'm very glad, like, with the choices they made, new people, new faces, but familiar faces from the game. So new to the Summit, new opinions, and just a fresh outlook on it. If you keep inviting the same people back year after year, I've been there twice, man. And if you invite the same people, what do they say? You can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results. So it's good to have new people, get new opinions, and just open it up a little bit more than you did last time. So, I mean,
don't get me wrong. I mean, you got to see it firsthand. Recommendations and suggestions you guys made to Carbonated.
Yeah.
You see them in motion. So if we rewind back to Long Beach, you were also part of the second Players Council, so you'll know where I'm coming from when I make this comment.
Yes.
A lot of what we said, myself included, from Players Council 1 and 2 fell on deaf ears.
Yes.
Right? So the idea of going down to meet the guys at Carbonated, knowing that they have wheels in motion, they're listening, they're applying, would be beneficial to go down again.
Yes.
But however, I've been twice. It's nothing new to me. Would I go if they invited me? If I had time, yes. I wouldn't turn it down.
Right.
Because that would just be silly. But again, everything's happening, and it's good to see other people involved. I mean,
it really is. Because there's people in the community.
I might not be the most liked guy on Facebook because of something that happened in the past, but that's the past. And I'd like to consider myself. Don't think of this as being a conceited statement, but I'm kind of an icon in the game in some way or another. People know who I am, whether it's me Max in a car an hour after it's released and showing everybody what it can do, or the last set, whatever way you want to look at it.
Or just
knowing in the game,
right, or just being in the groups, goofing off, and people know you, people like you, people, it's just
they like me, they hate me. It is what it is.
Yeah. So
I didn't need to go back. I'm glad when I seen who got invited.
Yeah.
That got invited. I mean, it's long overdue. Something for sure.
So, and the other thing was like, I forget who it was. Somebody in the live chat, they asked me, like, I saw the comment, oh, they didn't ask you. Well, they didn't need to ask me, because if they want my opinion, you have it right here. You don't have to take me and fly me across the country. Enjoy, join it. You can join me and listen to me and hear what I have to say any day of the week, practically. So to fly me out there would have been pointless. Fly somebody out there who's new to it, and that's exactly what they did. Somebody who their voice may not have be able to be heard as easily, and somebody who's a big part of the community. Frank the Tank. He could come on here anytime and talk, but he doesn't, really live stream much. So that was a good choice. Dirty Hammer, hear him out. Jeff Beazle, Jay Speed, and Brian. These are all people, a lot of them are new, and to fly them out there to get new opinions, that's exactly what we need. We don't want to keep getting the same old opinions from the same old people. It's just not good that way. So.
No, not really. I mean, it is what it is, right? Everybody can reach you. Everybody can get on your stream.
Yeah, I mean,
shoot you a message. Hey, Joe, you want to chat about anything? And it's like, yeah, okay, come on the live stream. We'll shoot shit.
I mean, I tell you, like, during the live streams, they talk about some of the issues they're addressing in the last couple of weeks are the exact issues we've talked about here. So they know it. They hear what we talk about.
Yeah, they listen. I mean, as far as I can remember back, I've had an open line to the developers, whether it was CIE, Blue, Long Beach, or Carbonated. So I don't need to go down there because I have that relationship with, at any given time, somebody on the game I have a closer relationship to. It's just a line of communication. Right?
Yeah. So
we don't have to be there. They have a way of getting a hold of us. They have a way of hearing us.
Sure, absolutely. Oh, I see what that. Edward Shorty 13, and I don't know if this is true. I just don't know, but it's just a comment. I'd like to read it. It's kind of nice. To be honest, he says, I think a lot of the upgrades and updates were done because of Pigpen's channel and heard everyone's gripes and bitching. Maybe that's, I don't know. I know Daniel listens, and I can't say, I'm not here to take credit for anything, but we do have a lot of people on here. Me, you, Brian, Dirty Hammer, Craig, Jeffy, Nick's here. We've all had gripes in the past, and it shows you that
a lot of experience too.
Yeah, a lot of experience. It shows you that it's not falling on deaf ears. So I can't take I guess responsibility or credit for any of these changes from them happening, but we do put our opinions out there, and if people are listening, hey, it's out there for everyone.
Exactly. That's the key that Carbonated is listening to everybody.
Yeah. I like that. Anthony, he wants to know how come no perfect launches. I will start doing perfect launches again as soon as I'll start doing it as soon as like 7.0 drops. There's no reason to do perfect launch tutorials now because some of the cars might not even be in the new update. So just stay tuned. Once 7.0 comes out and the dust settles and we start figuring the game out, I'll be right back to doing perfect launch tutorials, my man.
So I gotta ask a question then for the guys that are in the voice chat.
Huh?
Who else caught on to what CJ? Well, I can't say who else caught on. He made it pretty obvious. Anybody else excited for the fact that when you throw the card, it's going to tell you what lobby you're in without having to leave the garage?
Yes, I like that because right now you go to upgrade a car and like you could be at a 1650 and you're trying to find that one part that you can add that doesn't put you up into the next lobby, and it sounded like they're going to give you a heads up, like if you install this part, this is going to be your rating.
Yeah, I do like that. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I ain't going to lie. I rely on builders to build my cars.
Yeah. And now...
I mean, I'll match the car myself, but it's specific to I just haven't built it.
Yep. And the other thing, did you guys catch it here? It wasn't... They didn't make a big deal out of it. They did mention it. But the one thing I really liked was the fact that somebody mentioned, did you see... I think maybe Colby asked, I can't remember who he asked, but I think Colby asked somebody, was like, what do you think of the new upgrade screen? So that's one of the biggest gripes, well, not one of the biggest gripes, but that's a gripe I've had in past is the upgrade screen. You have to, you can upgrade one part at a time, and then you have to go back out, then into another part, and then upgrade, then back out, then into it, and it's so repetitive and like ridiculous with the amount of extra steps you have to take. So he did say that the new upgrade screen is out, and whoever it was, really, really liked it. So I can only assume that there's just positive changes all around for it.
You mentioned upgrades, and over the years, you know me, I play lots of different racing games on any mobile device I have, even on my console. So one of the features I've requested over many years, whether it was whoever was running the game, is a feature that's on many different racing games.
Yeah.
The shopping cart feature. Let me pick my carts on all my parts that I want to install, and then when I go to leave, give me my final number, and I can hit yes. Add the times up, whatever it's going to take.
Yeah.
But let me do it all in one shot and not have to click all night long, right?
Right. No, all the extra clicking and extra steps back and forth, man, it just gets to be too much. I'd rather spend time racing. To me, it's an upgrading game. It's like if I wanted to upgrade and make a game out of, what's that game? Game of War. I tried that once because it was on the offer wall, and that game was nothing but just upgrading and waiting. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Somebody made a game out of Racing Rivals' upgrading screen. That's all it was. Click this, upgrade that, and once you have that, then you can add and upgrade that part. And once you get those upgraded, then you open up Turbo. You can upgrade that. And it was just such a boring game, and I was just like, that's the one thing I didn't like about the game, is just the amount of upgrading and how long it took, and back and forth from this screen to that screen. So sounds like there's some positive changes coming around that we're going to be getting wind of here soon, hopefully.
Yeah. Hey, here, off topic, and it might be gross to some people, I don't know, but does anybody else, like, am I the only one that really loves the feeling of a cotton swab inside my ear?
Oh, no, dude. The eargasm.
I hate that shit. Yeah, that's amazing, man.
Dude,
there's a scratch where I can't physically reach.
Oh, there's nothing better, man. There's nothing better. I wake up in the morning.
Next level.
You wake up in the morning and put that Q-tip in there, and just like, it's like getting your back scratched or something. You can't scratch your back all over, and you're like, oh, yeah. But you got that cotton swab.
That's what I'm doing right now.
I'm
enjoying it. I'm not going to lie.
So that's where that moaning was coming from. I was wondering. I'm like, what the hell's James doing?
Well, it's coming from Ricky's phone. Well, no, I'm completely quiet here, man. I'm in my kitchen by myself. No one's home.
Yep. Got some time to yourself. Oh, Asho, what's good, my man? Asho. Super chat. That's what's good. Damn, brother. We'll have to get Asho. Asho's doing another car show soon. I saw that on the group. So stay tuned. I finally got into it. I was there on his live stream hanging out with him for a couple of hours, and I just, after 2 hours, was able to get into the lobby with him. So
I gave a couple teasers on his Facebook post.
Yep.
I really enjoyed those things. What am I going to show? Cars that people haven't seen.
There we go. Trying to get that spin. Right. Anyways, well,
what else is good, fellas?
I don't know, man. I mean, the Players' Council was huge this week, but nothing new as far as much information. So we're kind of in the same place we were at last week as far as features and stuff into the game. They hinted a few things here and there today, but
Jeff and Ricky seemed Jeff and Frank seemed the most excited out of them all. And that's what
Jeff has been nothing. Jeff has been nothing but positive about this.
Yeah, Jeff has really been, like, you can see him on the live stream. Like, he was, like I said earlier, he's like a kid in a candy shop or something, just going nuts. Like, oh, there's this and there's that. And it was just like, it was really exciting. He's been excited. You can see his excitement rising each week. Every time Carbonated does a live stream, his excitement level raises a little bit more each week. And then to see him on today, he was like ready to just explode out, go nuts, rip out of his skin like the Hulk or something, man. I was like, damn, settle down there, Jeff. But no, he really does. He seems really excited about it, which is good. I think a lot of us are actually excited. So, what do we got? We got going through these. I'm gonna buy 6.5 and make it Racing Rivals Back to the Future. All right. Tree. Oh, geez, I've been missing. There's so much live chat going on. I missed it. But yeah, I apologize. Actually, Sean, Sean Fox Jr. made me an outro. So I think we're going to wrap up the game here in just a few. I got to work tomorrow, and after we get off the live stream, we usually hang out and talk for a little bit. So I'm going to cut it short so I can hang out and talk a little bit longer than usual. I'll probably, what is tomorrow? Thursday? I'm going to try to be back on tomorrow, guys. If I can get a few guests to hang out and chat, we'll do that. If not, I'll be back on Friday, and I'll be doing my Saturday deal. Jeff will be back in his hometown, and we'll be on Monday to do another turf guide for you, which will probably have some higher class cars, which a lot of people have been wanting. So there's that. I guess we'll just wrap it up, man. Hey, James, always a pleasure to have you on. You know that. I know I say that every live stream that you're here, but it really is a pleasure to have you. So we'll talk afterwards. And then who was next? Well, we'll just go with Ricky. Ricky, you there? He's just hanging out in his kitchen.
He's smoking.
There he is. You hear that? He's
rubber ducky. That was James fucker.
Oh no, Sean's got a Friday surgery again. Hey, Sean, he'll be in chat. So definitely have a safe surgery, speedy recovery. We'll chat with you soon. Asho, Speed the King. Hit me up whenever you want me on your live stream. It's fun. Absolutely, Asho. You know what? I will hit you up. You're always a good guest, and you're doing live streams as well. So we'll try to get the community and stick together. And if the community needs us or just wants to hang out and chat, they know where to find us. So there's that. And last but not least, my man Nick, a.k.a. Bird.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you know you're always welcome here. So there we have it, guys. Had a great live stream with on Twitch with Carbonated. I know they'll have another one next week. Tune in for that on Wednesday, same time, 5.
Epic Recap Part 1.
Is that what it is? Epic Recap. All right. So, and always join me here.
How many more feeds do they have left? 3?
Maybe. We don't know.
2 for sure. I know they got 2 parts for the Epic Recap.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have anything coming in after that.
I'm not sure. They did add a few, but I have a hard time feeling like I have a feeling that it's the beta hasn't even started. So I'm thinking.
We did get word that that's supposed to kick off hopefully by the end of the week.
Yeah. So if you think about it, if it's at the end of the week, so if they do
at least 4 weeks left.
They would have to have I would think they would have to have at least a couple of weeks for the beta to get people to find bugs and then to not only find them, but then to find a way to fix them, program them. So I would say at least 2 to 4 weeks is my guess. I don't know. It's hard to say, but if I had to guess, that's what I would say. But
I would keep my mouth closed about beta.
Oh yeah, Ricky.
I'm still thinking May.
Yeah. May, yeah, May, you never know. June, who knows? I just hope I don't care when it comes out. I just hope that it's done a lot better than some of the updates have been done in the past years.
Well, I mean, they're taking one big step, right? They're doing a beta.
Yes.
So that's a huge step forward in any aspect of any update we've ever had.
Right. They haven't really done that before, have they? They did. The last beta they had was when they added Android to the game, which was 3.
Yeah, that was more of a stress test than a beta test.
Right. Exactly. So other than that, I don't know about any other betas they've done. So just to have a beta coming out just to say, hey, let's test it out, see if we can find some bugs is just another step in the right direction, really. So
it's a good step too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, we're gonna hang out after the live stream and talk a bit. For everybody else, hey, thank you so much for hanging out. Always a pleasure, guys. I'll be back tomorrow and Friday and Saturday and whatever. Just turn those video notifications on so when I do go live, you don't miss it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Peace out, Cub Scout. Yeah. Wait a minute. I know what you're thinking there. Sean was like, wait, what about my outro? He made me an outro. Well, he got me an outro. So we're going to put that up there. Here's the new outro. Take it away.